Nepal, a beautiful and magical landlocked country that lies between China and India. I'm Kate Yarrow, and I'm here in Nepal to continue a journey that began for me 8 years ago on the side of a mountain, which is part of the world's highest mountain range, the Himalayas. Everyone who comes here is touched by the magnetic pull of the vast mountains, the friendly people,
Namaste!
and the rich and beautiful culture. But in April 2015, disaster struck. Nepal was hit by a massive earthquake.
I was uncontrollable. I just could not control my body.
I was really afraid, and people around me, they were like so panicked, and the buildings were shaking.
In this film, I'll be following some of the unimaginable journeys that patients have to endure to reach healthcare in remote areas. I'm going to be examining the impact that the earthquake has had on people's lives here. So come with me on my journey as I uncover the incredible challenges facing doctors working in rural areas and reveal the extraordinary personal journeys of the patients that they treat. Namaste! 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 I'm a medical doctor, and I first came to Nepal 9 years ago during the Civil War. I worked with the aid organisation Médecins Sans Frontières and was posted to an incredibly remote area of the country. I was the only doctor there at that time. Whilst working at the hospital, I met a young health assistant.
Namaste, Lalit's here. How are you?
Lalit was desperate to train to become a doctor, so I decided to sponsor him.
How are you?
Very good, very good.
Very perfect.
You looking good?
Yeah.
You're feeling healthy?
Yeah.
Lalit's here.
Thank you.
We found you. I want to understand more about the living conditions in Nepal and how these impact on health. So Lalit and I head off to the far west of Nepal, to the village where he grew up. Our journey will take us from Kathmandu to Nepal Ganj, through Surkhet, right up to Manma, high above the Karnali River. After 2 days travelling by plane and jeep along some of the world's most dangerous roads, we come across a truck that plunged off the cliff last night. There's nothing we can do. The driver's already dead. I begin to realise how challenging this journey is going to be. Travelling on these roads at night is a danger we really need to avoid. We've arrived, I think. God, what a bumpy journey. So I think that's the end of the road, where we're going to abandon our lovely Jeep and head off by foot. Perhaps after a little bit of dusting down. Look at that. Namaste. So from here on in, we're basically completely on foot. I'm really excited, and it's just amazing looking around all the new faces around here. Clearly, I'm probably the only foreign person they've ever seen before. Let's go. Bye. At dusk, we reach a small, isolated hilltop village. We're lucky to have porters to ease our load. This afternoon, a woman's given birth, so I was just asking all of these people here whether or not when they give birth, what the tradition is in terms of, are they allowed back in the house or do they have to go and sleep somewhere differently? They were just saying that traditionally they used to have to sleep in the cowshed after delivery, but apparently tradition seems to be changing in this area. They're not allowed to sleep with the rest of the family, but they are allowed in the house. They just get put in a different room. So if they actually touch someone, then the person that they've touched has to go and shower. Apparently it will make the gods angry. And you? How many children? 10? 10? 7. Wow. Some of the women are pregnant and realising that we're doctors, ask for a quick checkup. She could have a blood pressure taken, that's the most important thing. Perfect, 120/80. We set up a very basic clinic in one of their houses. Picture. This lady is currently pregnant with her second baby. She had the first baby in Dilek Hospital and she's now between 4 and 5 months pregnant. She's really kindly just let me examine her and I think she's probably nearer 5 months than 4 months pregnant. We've also done her blood pressure and it's absolutely perfect. So it's all good news. So what we're going to do now is just give her some advice how to look after herself to ensure a safe delivery.
She's pregnant and she has now she has a complaint with the pain.
Can I examine? It's okay? So she's 6 months, yeah? Sorry. Baby's head down. Not engaged. Happy?
Yeah.
Questions?
अरु केही प्रश्न सोध्न मन लाग्छ?
This is my bedroom for the night, which is upstairs to the tiny little place we've just eaten. This is a traditional Nepalese house, and probably this is a little bit better than most, in that I'm in a different room from everyone else. But if I open the door, you'll see through here. This is where the porters are sleeping, and they all have to share a room. Did you see that? This place is tiny. My bed, I mean, I bought my own sleeping bags, but my bed's made of wood. So I'm quite lucky because I brought my own bedding with me, but reality is for most people, this is as good as it gets. Today's journey takes us from Dilek to Calicut, via a mountain pass about 3,400 metres high and a distance of 30 kilometres. As we walk, we pass people who are on their way to a health post. It soon becomes apparent that the only way to reach medical care around here is on foot. This family have to walk for 3 hours to get treatment. Their 7-month-old baby has been unwell for a number of days.
And she lip is dry and I think she's quite dehydrated.
She seems quite alert and well, but a little mildly dehydrated. So he's suggesting rehydration, which would be oral rehydration. You can't get IV fluids around here. And also suggesting not to go to the pharmacist, because by going to the pharmacist, they try and sell them tablets, and the baby boy doesn't actually need tablets. She needs rehydration. So we've been walking for 6 hours now, since about 7 o'clock this morning, and I'm pretty tired, to be honest. We've just been informed by Lalit that now apparently the real climbing starts. We've got 2 hours of pretty much straight up over this pass. Basic irrigation and sanitation in rural areas can lead to numerous health problems, but luckily our water bottles are fitted with special purifying filters. This is the top of the pass, and this monument marks going into Calicut, which is the district that Lalit is from and the district that he now works in. So, what do we do with these, Lalit? We have to leave these as an offering. The exhaustion of the journey finally catches up with me. I lose my footing and fall down some rocks.
It's so awful. That's okay,
I'm lucky. I'm not badly hurt, and I happen to have a doctor to hand.
It's fine, I'll wait. I'll do it when we get there.
But it's a stark wake-up call about how remote we are and how quickly we could be in serious trouble. Completely exhausted after 12 hours of walking, we stumble into a wall of music. We're met by a crowd of villagers and Lalit's family. This traditional tribal ceremony is usually only reserved for special guests. It's an honour to be given such a welcome. I receive a tika from Lalit's mother, a blessing given on special occasions. I'm particularly flattered to be invited to offer one back. It's a sign of true acceptance and a rarity for a Westerner. Today was the most exhausting day ever, probably the longest day I've ever walked. What should have been 4 hours just went on and on and on. We didn't get here till after 7, so basically we walked for over 12 hours, and then I fell over and hurt myself, which kind of made me realise in a split second how easy it would be to get a really quite serious injury around here. And I was lucky, I guess, in that I fell down some rocks rather than off a cliff. But you can see how easy it would be to have a really serious injury, and then how far away you are from anything. I mean, when that happened, we were still hours away from here, and certainly hours away from the hospital. So I'm ready for bed, more than ready for bed. It's been an amazing day, an incredibly challenging day. I'm looking forward to a good sleep. Having known Lalit for 10 years, we've become incredibly close, almost like brother and sister.
We are becoming a two family in different two countries. So I have a English family in UK, and she has a Nepali family here.
I was extremely honoured to be invited to Lalit's graduation in 2013, and it really signified the culmination of years of his hard work.
Spend time to find out your destination.
Lalit's married with 2 children, and when not working in rural areas, stays in Kathmandu with his in-laws. We celebrated after the ceremony with his family. There you are, Dr. Lalit. Cheers. 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 Happy graduation. Good luck as a doctor. Bye-bye. It was time for Lalit to start his first posting as a doctor in a remote area. He was clearly daunted by the task ahead, and I struggled to find reassuring words. You'll be amazing. if you're finding it difficult, make sure you call Arjun, you call these people who are going to help, yeah? You're not on your own. And we'll be there for you, okay?
I'll let you know if you can have.
Of course. We'll keep in touch, okay?
Yeah.
You're going to be really good, so you're going to be fine. Go home and have a good sleep.
Okay. Okay, good night.
Drive carefully, okay? "18 months into his posting, Lalit's making his mark on his community, working in the local hospital close to where he grew up. He wants to show me where his dreams of becoming a doctor all began." You studied in here? This is your classroom?
At that time, there was even no roof sometimes.
Really?
And we used to make the bench with
Yeah.
the stone.
Yeah.
You have to make your own bench.
Make your own
to
bench.
sit.
Wow.
And there is a blackboard, but now there is no blackboard.
So do they use this room now?
Yeah.
This is a classroom now.
Classroom now.
So basically everything the teacher teaches you has got to come from inside their head and from in a book. Because there's no other resources, no computers, no
nothing.
equipment. Does it surprise you coming back here?
Yeah.
Lalit's proud to show us his old primary school, but I'm stunned by the conditions. It's hard to see how anyone could learn anything in these surroundings. I begin to really appreciate what hurdles Lalit's had to overcome to become a doctor. There is an absolutely beautiful view to stare at when you're sitting in your classroom. So how does it feel to be the doctor of your own village?
Actually, it's so nice, I feel so proud with this village because they all love me. And when I grown up, they love me.
Do you think some of these guys might be doctors one day? The future of Nepal?
I hope so. I hope so.
It smells like goats.
Yeah.
I can see why, there's goats in here. These babies. These are Lalit's goats. So he's bought a herd of goats. How many did he start with?
10 and this bigger one.
Okay.
There was a 8 before, so we started 18, I think.
Okay, so he started with 18 or 19 of them. He's given them to his family in the village here to look after for him, to create a goat herd, and now he's got what looks like over 25 goats, which is excellent.
If they take care of the goat, and the goat will increase and they can sell and they will lose the money.
So showing them how to earn money and how to look. Yeah, okay. We're keen to get back to Lalit's house before dark, but news has spread that we're doctors, and we're diverted to see an elderly man who's unwell. When did he get sick? So we've been asked to come in and see this chap. Looks like he's chronically unwell with a condition called nephrotic syndrome. He's been diagnosed a while ago in a teaching hospital in Nepal, where he obviously went when he was initially sick. He's clearly come back and he's not in a very good way at the moment, and by the look of it, he's only got 3 or 4 tablets left. Do you have it in Manma Hospital, spironolactone?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah,
So could someone bring it back for him, rather than taking
I
him?
just suggest him that to bring a more.
The difficulty with someone like this, he's clearly really unwell. And how does he get from here to Manma? How would he get from here to Manma? I mean, he can't walk like this.
Most of the time they used to carry on the basket.
So they put him in a basket on someone's back.
Yeah. You would have.
One of his family are in Manma, so hopefully they can get someone and bring it back for him. And then he won't have to go there himself. But the problem is if he deteriorates, there's not much choice for him around here. Dasan?
ठीक है
His mum's just arrived home
from the field.
from the fields.
Yeah.
So she's been working until it gets dark.
Yes, he's just irrigating the field.
So I've come to see what's going on in the kitchen with Lalit's mum. Whoa. I think that must be a pressure cooker. Amazing how they're cooking everything over this one tiny little fire. Lalit did reliably inform me that there was a chimney, and there is a chimney, I've just seen it. But it didn't seem to be working that well. This place is absolutely full of smoke.
It's common for the Nepalese to suffer respiratory problems due to smoke inhalation from poor ventilation in their houses. But it doesn't seem to bother Lalit's mum.
So basically she's doing it all in one pan. Skillful one-pan cooking. This is the best place to sit in the house. I get fed, I'm in the warmth, I get to speak Nepalese, and I get to learn how to cook. It's perfect. We're just about to have a traditional meal of dal bhat, which is what almost all Nepalese people eat twice a day for all of their lives, which is the bhat, which is the rice, and dal, which is the soup you can see in the bowl. And then you have a small portion of potato or vegetable of some description. So it's very basic, it's very delicious. And they eat the same thing all over the country with a slight variation depending on where you are. Let's tuck in. We've just heard that there's a pregnant woman who sounds like her pregnancy might be in trouble, so we're just going to go and have a look at her. She's got abdominal pain. When did it begin? About 5 days and bleeding for about the same amount of time. She's 5.5 months pregnant. She's had 2 children and various miscarriages, and she hasn't felt a baby move for about 10 days. And she looks quite unwell at the moment. So we're just going to examine her and work out what the best plan is for her.
Yeah, pulse is around 80 per minute and blood pressure is 100 by 70.
We decide that she urgently needs to be seen in a hospital.
And the closest hospital is Manama, which is where Lalit works, which is 4 to 6 hours by foot, and it includes going right down to the bottom of that valley and back up again. So they're going to find some porters, and there's a stretcher in the village, and they're going to rotate 4 people carrying her because she can't walk. So we'll be following her journey and see how she does.
We head to Manma Hospital in the sweltering sun for what may be a 10-hour walk. It's over 30 degrees.
I'm exhausted and I'm not pregnant and I don't have someone in a chair on my back, so God knows how they feel.
It's not uncommon for patients from remote areas to have to walk up to 9 days to reach healthcare, as each district only contains one hospital. Having finally reached the road, luck's on our side. We eventually managed to hitch a ride in a passing jeep. It's just too dangerous to travel at night, and we're desperate to get to the hospital before dusk. I've just had my first glimpse of the hospital for about 4 years, and I am completely stunned by how different it looks. The amount of building works that have gone on since I was last here, it doesn't even look like the same hospital, to be honest. Manma District Hospital serves a population of 140,000 and treats on average 50 people every day in the outpatient department. Our pregnant lady has arrived too. She's fortunate there's a doctor at the hospital who can scan to find the cause of her bleeding. It's always a tense moment, waiting to see if the baby is alive. So how many weeks do you think she is?
Here it's 21, 22 weeks.
Okay.
22 weeks.
By date 23.
By date.
It's 1 plus minus.
Yeah. So it looks good?
Yeah.
Everything's okay, yeah.
Sorry.
They decide to keep her in for treatment for a suspected urine infection and further monitoring. In the operating theatre, a 2-year-old boy is having his arm set under sedation. Broken bones are one of the commonest reasons for seeking medical help in this mountainous country. Although he looks in pain, he won't remember anything. They've used ketamine for pain relief. This lady doing the cleaning was one of the staff when I was here with MSF as well. She's still here, still smiling. This is the inpatient department. The ward holds patients with a variety of conditions. On average, 40 babies are delivered here every month. But not all births are straightforward. In the labour room, there's been an emergency delivery. Looks like there's a very sick baby who's been resuscitated who was born here this morning. She's not breathing, so he's breathing for the baby. Specialising in reproductive health, I'm particularly interested in the problems surrounding childbirth. It sounded like it was a very difficult delivery, and it looks like the baby has at some point gone downhill, and so they're resuscitating it. At the moment they're breathing for it. Very difficult situation with very limited equipment that they've got to hand, and they're doing an amazing job. Such is the life of obstetrics. It's risky business wherever you are in the world, and unfortunately here, I don't know what happened in the labour, but I did hear it was a difficult labour. When you can't monitor what's going on adequately, then babies can get into trouble, which means that when they're born, they have difficulty breathing, and I think that's probably what's happened there. And it looks like the baby had some fluid on its chest that they were trying to remove. So it probably aspirated, breathed in meconium, which is its own poo during labour, which means that when they're born, they have a lot of difficulty breathing. But in this environment, they've got incredibly limited resources
You know, they're doing their best to resuscitate it, but they don't have ventilators or anything, so unfortunately it doesn't look very good for that baby at the moment. We've just come to see how the little boy is doing who had his arm set this morning in the operating theatre. Hello. Well, he looks really awake. Namaste.
Namaste, Gareth.
Oh, he's woken up, he's back to normal.
अहिले चाहिँ अहिले जस्ट अघि बियोस बनाएको थियो अहिले ठिक छ अब या वेलकम
How did he actually break his arm?
तपाईको छ नि यो बच्चा
सानो बाल्टी बारेर जस्तो पऱ्यो
he fell down from the around 3 meters height.
Okay. And it's a long way home, isn't it?
2 दिन around 2 days.
2 days.
Yeah.
Walking the whole way?
हिँडेरै हैन yeah walking.
Wow.
It dawns on me that not only do patients have to undertake gruelling journeys to reach healthcare, they must do it all again to get home.
Can I have a look? Poor baby. I mean, she's still having difficulty breathing, really. She's showing signs of respiratory distress, and she's very floppy. You can pick up her limbs and they just fall back down again, which is not a great sign, to be really honest. Has the mother actually held the baby or anything? Do you not think she should? What can you do?
This is what we can do here. There is really limited things we can do here. Sometimes, fortunately, these machines are working right now. There is no electricity. Sometimes, solar can go anytime. So anything can happen in between. So at least there is oxygen. So it is a big thing to be here.
Yeah. Otherwise she'd have nothing, exactly.
Yeah.
Before we leave the hospital and head back to the UK, we check up on our pregnant lady.
How's she doing today?
आज कस्तो भइरहेछ रे She's fine.
Feeling better?
अलि राम्रो भएको छ
She looks much better than 2 days ago.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And what do they think about having you available in the village?
Like a god came in their house in that situation.
Oh,
Yeah, they are so happy.
so they were very happy. It's really good to see the improvements, like the fact they can give oxygen, which we couldn't do when we were here, and the fact they've got power, or most of the time, which is a massive improvement. But I guess it's still up against such enormous limitations. Just lack of equipment, a massive lack of equipment. That poor baby, basically all they've got is fluids, antibiotics and a tiny bit of oxygen. And it probably needs to be intubated, needs support. May not have got into that situation with monitoring during labour, so it's, the problems are still here, aren't they? Better, but still there.
The baby's condition deteriorated still further. A few minutes later, with her mother by her side, the baby sadly died. My journey so far has shown me how everything depends on where you were born and the environment in which you live. I've got mixed feelings about the developments I've seen and whether they're yet resulting in significant progress. Two weeks after we arrive back in the UK, disaster strikes.
I was uncontrollable. I just could not control my body. I was about to fall. I look at the next building. It seems as if it is falling on us. So we were quite afraid at that time. We were safe in one case that we are out of our building, but we are afraid that that building may fall in front on us and we may die.
Very moment when I felt the tremor, I just went blank. It took me some time to absorb the things around me, what was happening. I was unable to balance myself. I was really afraid, and people around me, they were so panicked, and the buildings were shaking, and then suddenly it was a chaos, and everybody, the bikers around me were they were falling apart, and the people were they were in so much fear. Everybody was running here and there. Some people were getting run over by other people running over them. So it was a really chaotic situation.
On Saturday, April the 25th, 2015, a massive earthquake rocked Nepal, killing nearly 9,000 people and leaving over 500,000 homes completely destroyed. Six months later, and despite the damage and destruction, everyone's trying to get back to normal. I've returned to Nepal to see the devastation for myself and to try and understand what impact this has had on the country that I care about so much.
Great to see you. It's been a long time. How are you doing? Thank you for waiting so long.
After meeting up with Lalit, we head straight to a displacement camp right in the middle of Kathmandu for those whose homes have been destroyed.
Namaste.
It's like a proper shanty town, isn't it? Namaste. Namaste. Where's your house? Which one? Your house? Oh, your house. Can I come? Oops. Oops. Okay. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yes, good. Right. This is your house.
Yes.
Can I see?
My tent.
Your tent. Namaste.
My sister is blind.
Oh, your sister's blind. Oh. Hi.
Susmita.
Susmita, मेरा नाम Kate.
Kate.
Yeah. Hello. Picture?
How are you?
Very good. How are you?
Fine. Are you fine?
I'm very fine. You're very good at English.
धेरै आउँदैन बोल्नलाई English. English धेरै आउँदैन.
Oh, you're good at English. English is good. How old are you?
15.
15. How old are you?
Me?
Yes.
11.
11. You live here?
Yes.
Where's your village?
Village?
Yeah.
Sindupalchok.
Sindapachi.
Yes.
Earthquake collapse? Your house came down?
House? Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Whoa.
How long here?
What?
How long have you been here?
Yes.
How long?
How long?
How many months?
Mom's?
Yeah.
7.
7. So after earthquake, you come here?
Yes.
It's okay here? Tikcha? Tikcha China? No?
Yes.
Can I come in your tent?
Yes.
Okay, let's go. Nice.
You come.
I can come. Okay, thank you, Dandabad. Oh, you have a kite. Kite?
Kite.
That's nice. Oh, gosh. Wow. How many people in your family?
People have. My family?
Yeah, how many?
My family 7.
7 in here?
Yes.
7. You?
Me,
Yeah.
mother,
Yeah.
me, mother,
Yeah.
sister,
Yeah.
Brother,
Yeah.
father,
Yeah.
brother,
Yeah.
brother,
Wow.
sorry,
Okay.
son. And what's your
7
name?
people in here.
Yes.
Wow.
Your face is so very nice.
So is your face.
What is your country name?
England.
England.
Yeah.
Very nice country.
Very nice country.
Uh,
Yes. When the earthquake, yes, when it happened, where were you? At home? In house? At school? In earthquake?
Yes.
Yes. You were in house
Yes.
and house came down?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Namaste.
This my mother.
Mother.
This
Amma.
my sister.
Big sister.
Yes.
Didi.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Didi, not
Didi.
Didi. Didi.
Didi.
Oh, yes.
Didi. Oh, okay.
You sleep my tent. No,
That's very kind.
you will please next time come. Please.
I will next time
Oh,
come.
please.
Okay.
Okay.
Tell naam kya ho?
Susmita. Susmita.
Susmita.
Santi.
Santi Susmita. Santi Susmita. Okay. Kate.
Not Santi. Santi.
Santi.
Santi.
Santi.
Good.
Better? Okay. You're a good teacher.
My garden. What is this?
Very beautiful.
Thank you. Are you very big?
Very big.
Oh my god.
I'm like a giant.
I'm very small.
You're a little small. You're not very small. Look, I'm very tall.
Oh
Woo.
my god. You have not hair?
No hair.
No.
No, little hair. Little.
Uh,
I'm very tall.
uh,
England people very tall.
yes. One very ugly bunching.
Okay. Dandabad.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye. Bye. Where were you when the earthquake happened?
That broken house?
Yeah. Where were you when in your village?
Yes.
In your village.
Yes.
Were you in your house? What happened?
Earthquake's coming and so I'll be running and coming back and so much that
Really? Was it scary? What did you feel?
so much that
Sad.
is sad.
Yeah, I can imagine. And your family? Are they okay?
Yes.
Everyone-
My father's leg is broken.
His leg's broken.
Yes.
Now or is it better?
Yes.
Better? Okay. But your other family is okay?
Yes. Okay.
Oh. Does it make you sad?
What?
Does
yes.
it make you sad, yeah?
Yes.
Do you go to school here
Yes.
in Kathmandu? That's good. And your English is good?
Yes.
Do you think one day you go back to your village?
Yes. I miss my village.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
Excuse me. Do you want to
I'll play. Okay. It's okay? Picture for big person? Sure? Are you sure? Okay, I'm going. Woo! Okay, let's go. Jam jam. More, 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 more. How much fun could I have in this camp? Whoa. Okay, Dandabad. Okay. Whoa. Thank you. I've never seen anything like it, I don't think. Such incredibly hospitable people living in awful circumstances, but showing me incredible kindness and still managing to laugh and smile and teach me bad Nepalese. But yeah, completely bizarre
Namaste, Babu.
Namaste. 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 But to see the true extent of the damage caused by the earthquake on this beautiful country, we head up into the Himalayas to visit Mambu village, which is one of hundreds that have been affected. We've been driving for a day, just over a day. We were due to stop a few miles up the road, but unfortunately a landslide's come down in front of us, so we can't actually go any further by jeep. So I think this is the point. We're going to have to abandon our vehicle here and go the rest of the way by foot. The lead just said, do you fancy going bungee jumping? I'm not sure I trust any bungee jump in this country, I have to be honest. I think it's easy to forget how far people actually have to walk. It's easy to think 2 hours or 4 hours of walking, but to actually experience that and to put yourself through how steep the mountains are and how massive the distances are. We're not trying to get anywhere. We're not ill, we're not trying to reach somewhere for a purpose other than because we want to see something. This is the kind of journeys that people are taking every single day in order to go and buy some rice from down the hill, in order to go and find some healthcare, like at the health post behind me. So I think we're all kind of feeling the journey a lot right now. Walking round the village, it feels eerily quiet. I realise that many families must have been forced to abandon their homes. What I realised was that my first impressions were not correct. That's the honest truth. I didn't know that I was looking at it. So I just thought, it looks like a shanty town. And maybe it always looked like a shanty town. I wonder if they'll ever actually rebuild them or not. But as we moved into that village and walked through it, whoa, Jesus. I suddenly realised how completely and utterly devastated everything is. There isn't a single building left standing. I think quite literally there wasn't a building left standing. Everything's just fallen down, hasn't it? Look. Yeah. every single house has gone. Looks almost like it's so destroyed in the middle that they haven't actually rebuilt any of it, have they? People have lost everything. Not only have they lost their house, which basically is everything, but everything inside their house because they can't get to it. So their supplies, their pots and pans, which really, that's everything that people have. They don't have enormous amounts of possessions. So the few possessions that they do have are now buried under a few tons of rubble.
पहिला भन्दा अहिले त फरक नै छ अनि पहिला त यस्तो गाउँहरू एकदम सफा थियो सरसफाइ थियो अहिले गाउँहरू जताततै ढुङ्गाहरू छ त्यसमा पनि अनि त्यो घरको फोहोरहरू सबै अनि छटपन्टो भएर छटपन्टो छ अनि पहिला त गाउँ घर त सबै अनि राम्रो नै थियो अहिले त न बस्ने ठाउँ न खाने ठाउँ भने जस्तै त्यो अस्थायी टोकामा बस्नु परेको छ एकदम समस्या भइरहेको छ है समस्या अनि त्यही नै हो समस्या त
It's great to see some rebuilding work going on, but there's a shocking lack of external help here, considering it's been so many months since the earthquake struck.
ए घर त मेरो उस त्यो तल घर पनि ढलेको हजुर उतापट्टि ढल्यो यतापट्टिको त हेर्नुस् भैँसी बानेको थियो भैँसीलाई झडप्पै चेप्पेछ यो टोयलेट बाथरुम मेरो नाति यहाँ नुहाउँदै थियो अरे त्यो भूकम्प आउँदाखेरि त गाह्रो पुग्दो ढल्दा नाति त यहाँबाट निस्केर पल्लोपट्टि गइछ त्यो पनि ढल्दाखेरि त्यहाँबाट बाहिर निस्किसक्यो बनाएको छैन हजुर मेरो त त्यत्तिकै छ यो हो नि अब माथिको फालेर अनि त्यतिकै जस्तो राखेको यो चाहिँ माथि त त्यसै छ
त्यो दिनमा त झन् कि हामी त भात खाने कहाँ हो बस्ने ठाउँ हो कहाँ हो त्यसै हालिदिएकै पल्टेकै त्यसै साधु नि कहाँ पो गयो त्यो दिनमा त खोइ अहिले सम्झिँदै झन् मासु नि थरथर काम छ झन्
त्यसो राख्दैछ है हामी आहा अबे
You can kind of see where people have gone in and put up shelters for people like the international aid, but they haven't, and they've just left them. Look at that. That's obviously where these people live, but there's no house, so they've just got a tent and put it right in the middle of it. And I felt really bad that we just gone in and looked at it and then just left again. This must have been a really nice old house. You can see the front of it in here. You can even see the inside door with the lock still there. And yet, when you come out here and look up there, the whole thing's just caved in. I just thought it was all about people losing lives, but actually it's not about loss of life. It's about loss of livelihood.
अहिले गाह्रै छ
It's very difficult.
अहिले गाह्रै छ अहिले त न त खाउँ अनाज छ कोही बारी पहिरो लग्यो बस्नेको बास भत्किएर गयो अब अलिकति आफ्नो श्रीमान भएको खोजेर ल्याउला गरेर देला भन्ने आश आफ्नो श्रीमान छैन आफूले केही कुरा जान्दैन बुझ्दैन हिँडौँ ठाउँ चिन्दैन बाहिरी आँखा देख्छ भित्री आँखा छैन त्यो चिन्ता छ गाह्रो त कति गाह्रो छ
पछिको कुरो त हामीले के जान्छ र खै के हुन्छ के हुन्न हो पछि नि न त्यस्तै हुन्छ हो कि हुने होला हो पछि त के हुने हो हामीलाई त आज के थाहा र आज के अहिले पनि के मन त थोर कामिरहेको छ फेरि न त्यस्तै हुने हो कि भनेर न आखीको जस्तै हुने हो कि भनेर मन त थोर कामिरहेको छ फेरि त्यसै हुने हो कि के पो हुने हो भनेर मन त ठकान छैन अहिले पनि
I leave Mambu village deeply affected by my visit. There's still so much to be done here that healthcare seems a lower priority for the moment than just staying alive. On my journey, I've seen that there's a whole new generation of doctors who are willing and able to work back in their communities, who have a far superior understanding of local health needs than any foreigner. Training more doctors like Lalit to work in rural areas will undoubtedly have a positive effect on the development of healthcare in the Himalayas.
My journey here in Nepal has come to an end, but for all of these people, their lives and their journeys will continue. I have been really touched and moved by some of the stories that I've seen. But despite the huge challenges faced by these people, they show such strength and resilience in these difficult situations, and I personally am going to go away with a huge amount of hope for this country.